want individually each of you to just give us a brief about the shots that you guys are involved in, so that people have a better picture of the film.
I've done Marriage 2.0, which is basically a story about a very current modern day couple and their marriage, and just the kind of conversations that that they have. Not everyone has those, or everyone wants to have those, but and it's just, I think the beautiful part of their relationship is that there's a friendship at the base of it, that they feel comfortable and they can have these conversations, because the topic of conversation is pretty timeless, right? Like, especially in a marriage, and a wife suggesting, or even a husband suggesting, but it's just that they're so the relationship is so devoid of judgment of each other, that they're very comfortable, and it's a safe space, and
Amazing.
And then what unfolds.
Well, honestly, I've shot it so long ago that I don't remember much. It's between three people. It's relationship of this girl who's in a marriage, and she also meets somebody who she does theatre with, and things transpire, and I don't know, things happen, and yeah, it's a relationship story. It's a very simple story. It's something that can happen to most couples, and it's been handled really graciously. And there's a beautiful, refreshing simplicity to how this situation and the story has been handled and written by Adeep. So and directed by him.
Yeah, I'm in Hara Bhara, and as the name suggests, Hara Bhara is the name of a kebab, but exactly about a kebab. The story is about a family, husband, wife, and their daughter, their young daughter, and the husband and wife are actually divorced, but the husband has come over to spend the evening with his ex-wife and his daughter.
Right.
For a reason, and as that evening progresses, a lot happens in their family dynamic, where you get to understand, both the characters of the husband, the wife, as well as the daughter, and generally about I think expectations in from a relationship, from life, future possibilities. And how it completely turns it all on its head. So it's not what you think it's going to be.
Okay.
And it completely changes and becomes something completely different. So I really don't want to say more than this, because if I do, give it away. But I think the USP is just the banter between the couple and their daughter, and just that whole messy and yet not messy whole situation that they're all three of them are in. And it's quite endearing, I think, honestly.
Amazing. And as an audience, tell me, how much do you guys enjoy this? And that's become a trend now, anthologies. I mean, everyone from, be it Hollywood or Hindi industry, even South, it has just boomed like how. As an audience, what's your take on that? Does it make for a more enjoyable watch?
I actually really like anthologies because I don't know if they're better or worse than other formats, but I enjoy them for what they are. And and because they're not connected episodes, right? Like, they're different, so you can watch any one of them first, then watch it in any particular order. Also, you can watch one episode and you feel that sense of completion, as opposed to watching a series. You can't stop, because you want to see what happens next in the story. You want to see what happens after that, so you keep binging, or you'll fall asleep or something. But with this, at least you watch something then, like while you're having dinner or something, and then or one film you'll watch before going to sleep, and then continue later. So I think it's a bit snackable form of content.
Amazing. One memory that you have about the city which has kind of left an impact, something romantic or of course emotional, something that's there in your mind when you think of Mumbai?
Earlier, when I would take the train sometimes to go to town, or one time I remember I had to go to Mahim for an audition, actually, Vivek Kakkar's audition. You know, he would keep calling, and I stood, and I was, I had this big green bag, and at that time you had to, and especially audition days, when I look back, I'm so in awe of myself, and I'm sure so many of us did it, because I don't think I could do it now. The kind of drive you had, like,
yeah.
the day, and मतलब खाना पीना तो भूल जाते थे ना, मतलब just सुबह उठ के तैयार होके bag में, you put like 2-3 changes and you leave, and then you spend like 3-4 auditions, you change clothes, you come back, eat some lunch, or at least refresh the bag, wear some other clothes, and then go out. And I would wonder like what my guard is thinking in the building, but obviously he would know, because it's Andheri and people. But having said that time, I remember that one incident. I had this green bag, and I think the train was little delayed. I think it was 6 minutes late or something. And you can imagine 6 minutes late is crazy. So when I entered in Andheri station, there were 2-3 people waiting, and the train was delayed, and it just became like full. And then train came, and people went up. I couldn't move a millimeter also. Okay, I just kept standing where I was standing. And I was like, next train, so I will definitely, this time. And again, people came. It was like completely crowded. The second train came, and I made little bit of effort, but I could not go in. And the train left, okay? And then the third train came. I was like, boss, ye to matlab mujhe jana hi hai. And a lot of people entered, and somehow I pushed my bag in, okay? And my bag got stuck, but I couldn't get up.
Oh.
So the train started moving, and I started running, walking almost into running sideways, okay? And I'm like and I can feel someone's pushing my bag from inside, because they don't know whose bag, it's completely and somebody's pushing, and I was like, please don't, because I'm only hanging from the bag,
right?
And even the pole that was there, there are so many hands that I'm not able to grab onto anything. And I don't know, like, I swear, like, I will never forget that moment. And someone, I think, by then the train had like picked up speed, and someone grabbed my collar and pulled me up, and I went for and then in the audition, I had to cry. I think all my tears had dried out. And I remember them telling me, oh, you have to cry. I was like, no, I can't. And I just could not cry. I went out, bought some glycerine, okay? And I've never cried with glycerine before or after. I bought some glycerine, trying to, and after. It was a Britannia ad audition, I remember.
Oh,
but of course I didn't get it. But yeah, that's one of the... And there are many episodes like this.
Amazing. What do you have to say about the kind of changes that you've seen when it comes to projection of romance and relationship on screen?
Films or anything, any content is a reflection of society. And I think earlier, therefore I feel that what we're seeing today on screen, whichever screen you're talking about, is again a reflection of the complexity of our relationships that we have in society today, in our lives today. And it's become more open, There are times, there are in the past, yes, I don't think things didn't happen, but people were not that open about it, or they were not that okay with it, or there were so many, it was very, very different. And and it was, we were more stuck in sort of boxes earlier, which I think at the moment is not,
How do you cope up with like seeing the sea, or what is your mantra to kind of just get over your issues?
Well, I do see the sea here, and it does make you feel extremely... I think I love watching the sea, and my only thing was that in Bombay, I wish I can see the sea from my house, and that's one thing. I mean, I know it's a lot to ask for, but it's one of those things that, I was like, Bombay mein rahe to at least samundar to dikhna chahiye. Also because I just love the fact that it's so enormous and it's so silently there, just witnessing to so many stories, so many things, so many people. That seriously, if you stare for some time, every day or whenever you feel low, your problems actually become, you realize that it's nothing. It's so minute and minuscule in comparison to there's so much happening, and the ginormous, like it's ginormous, right? This entity staring at you. So yeah, but honestly, I mean, not celebrity is not a word I like, but generally, people who are actors and things like that, please, if you saw 1 hour of our lives, multitask and deal with people, you would not want to be in our shoes, or be like, you would know it's not easy at all, because you're all trying to multitask and deal with several people at the same time, and manage some 10,000 people while paying them to manage you. So so it's not fun at all. But having said that, I think we all deal with stress, or we all have ups and downs and moments, and we have different ways to deal with it. Sometimes you take a walk, sometimes you watch something, sometimes you cry. And all of that is quite healthy. Sometimes you just have a glass of wine alone, or sometimes you meet your friends and talk about it. So I think we all have different ways to deal with it.
Amazing.